Greetings, 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 greetings. It is me, the one and only Chef Couture here, back again on this Wellness Winning Wednesday. How are you doing? As I stated earlier, I'm doing absolutely amazing, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, excited about what's going on in my life and in all about the Minnie's life and Chef Couture's life and all that good stuff. So earlier I was in my office and I was sitting there with the lights off and I had some meditation music playing, and I decided that I was going to prepare my dinner live. So I had some red snapper that was thawing out. And I'm like, okay, well, got some veggies, and what am I going to eat with it? And I'm, watching like the carbs and stuff. So I really wanted to do these little red potatoes because they're so delicious. And I opted to go with quinoa. So this evening I am going to prepare for you quinoa. Actually, quinoa is already finished. I make mine so I can kind of like put it on and let it go. I do mine in my rice cooker. Takes maybe about 20 minutes. So I pop it in there and then I can focus on everything else. And I don't have to keep an eye on it. I don't have to keep going back and checking and making sure that it's cooking properly. So if you have a rice cooker and you like quinoa, or if you've never tried quinoa, give it a try. You can do it in your rice cooker. I do mine 2-to-1 ratio. So I do 1 cup of the quinoa and 2 cups of water, and voila, good to go. So now with that being said, I am going to do 2 meals, both using the red snapper. I'm going to prepare 2 fillets on the skillet. In that same skillet, I am going to do my veggies. So I've got zucchini and squash and red tomatoes. So we're going to do that. And I've got a little bit of sun-dried tomato oil in here because it's good stuff like that. And in the air fryer, I'm going to do the same thing. 2 fillets in the air fryer along with the same veggies. So that way you have an opportunity to see how preparing stuff in the skillet varies compared to preparing it in the air fryer. Also, that's the magic sound. So in my air fryer, I have it, first of all, if I didn't have it over here, and I'll show a picture. I don't know if some of you may remember, for those of you who've known me for a while, this was probably back when COVID first hit. So we're talking, maybe 4 years? Not quite, almost 4 years. I invested in this Ninja air fryer. And here it is. We're in April 2024. It is still going strong. So when people talk about getting specific items, and this was an amazing investment for me because I prepare so many different items in this air fryer. Typically, I will use the grill feature if I want the grill marks on my fish or my protein, whatever it is I'm preparing. It comes with different inserts, and there is a grate that this comes with, and then that way you can air fry it and get those same grill marks. This time I'm actually using it. Comes with a basket, so that is what I'm going to use for the red snapper along with the veggies. I am also, because I was like, do I want the veggies with the snapper or do I want spinach? Because I love me some sauteed spinach. So because it does not take long for spinach to cook, we all know that, I'm not going to cook it in the same skillet with the veggies and the snapper. I'm going to prepare that one separately. But if you're wanting to do like a 1-pan meal, just do it all in your skillet. I'm using my cast iron skillet, and then just add your veggies and stuff on there afterwards. Your spinach. Once you take it off the heat, toss it into those hot veggies, and then it'll gradually it won't be as sauteed as you would if it's preparing it by itself. But that's only if you don't want to use more than one skillet. But I'm going to use more than one skillet. Actually, I'm not going to use one. I'm going to, when I remove the fish from that skillet, I'm going to just kind of wipe it down just a little bit, because that flavor that's going to be in that cast iron skillet from the seafood, from the snapper and the veggies, I'm going to toss that spinach in there and it'll get that same flavor. So on that note, I have pre-seasoned the snapper with the Love My Everything Bougie, as well as the Feisty. I'm also, because I can, gonna put a little bit of Worcestershire on there, and some avocado oil. We're just gonna drizzle it. And you know I like to play with my food because it makes it taste better. I'm going to take a glove, a couple of gloves, and just kind of massage it, that oil into the snapper. You don't have to do this. I know. I talk about stuff that Big Mama and them used to do and didn't do. But because I am cooking and I will be doing several different things, I'm just going to go ahead and use the gloves this time. So I'm just going ahead and giving it some love. Massage, massage. And these are some pretty nice thick pieces. So make sure that you are giving it some love. This one is a little bit slit in the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some seasoning in there. And add some seasoning. Let's go ahead and get the rest of that off of there. Take off my gloves. Set those to the side. Bring this up here. Before I get it going into the air fryer, I'm going to get the heat going on the cast iron skillet so it can start warming up as I'm over here. We're going to multitask and get some things going on this side. Got it on like a medium heat. We are going to drizzle some of the avocado oil into that skillet. And because I want a little bit of extra flavor, I'm gonna add some ghee to the skillet with the avocado oil. So I'm gonna let that heat up just a little bit. Then I'm gonna add some ghee to it. But for now, we're gonna come over to my left, your right, and we're going to get this snapper in there along with the veggies. We're going to, I've got it preset to 375, as I was indicating, because it comes with different features. It's got a grill feature, an air fry feature, a dehydrating feature, a roast feature, and a bake feature. Tonight I am using, and I will kind of want to turn the camera just a little bit so you can see it. Maybe after I'm finished, I'll bring it over. So we're going to focus. We're going to take care of getting the meal prepared first. So it's preheated to 375. That was the beep that you heard. And I will be using gloves a lot this evening only because I've got this oil. I'm using the oil on a couple of things. I've got it on the veggies. I've got it on the snapper. And I'm going to slice up some sun-dried tomatoes. And that's got some oil on it as well. Put my bracelet. We don't want to eat bracelet, right? So we're going to take 2. You hear the sizzle? Let's put this one. And as I stated, I've got some squash, some zucchini. I'm going to keep a couple of these tomatoes out. I want to add it to my, when I do it, the spinach with the sun-dried tomatoes. So I've tossed it. I've got that. I did add both the bougie and the feisty. I added a little bit more feisty to it so it can give it that smoky heat flavor. We're just going to add it in here, 375 temperature, and for about 8 to 10 minutes. Close that up. Now that's preset automatically to 20 minutes, so you'll want to go ahead and adjust that down to, we'll meet in the middle. We'll do 9 minutes. Or let's do 8 and we'll check on it. All right, I've got them on 8 minutes. Let me see. Make sure, let's see. Who's this? The Mac. Who is that? Lord, y'all, I'm trying to read names. Bear with me. Somebody needs to go visit the eye doctor, but we're not even going to talk about that right now. I do want to at least acknowledge the Mac man. Oh, what's going on? How you doing? Been a long time. Been a long time. Good to see you. And I've got over here, I've got hey, Lisa. And Miss Janice. Who else I got over here? Jack. I got a whole lot. What's up, fam? Look. I got my family over here on the Facebook side, and I got my peeps over here on the Instagram side. So we got a party going on up in here. All right. So the avocado oil has gotten, it's coated on the skillet. As I mentioned, I'm going to add some ghee to it. And this ghee is just clarified butter. Get my spoon. I'm going to add a little bit in the beginning. And then when I add my mushrooms, because I think I forgot to tell y'all that I was adding mushrooms to this too. Because I can, and I wanted some mushrooms. So I'm adding a little bit in the beginning. And then when I get ready to take that, I want to get a coating, a little bit of crispiness on the snapper. So I'll add more butter to that, and then I'll kind of baste it and get that goodness all throughout that snapper. So we got that in there. I'm going to add my veggies to the skillet. So I've got tomatoes, zucchini, squash, it smells so good in here. Now I'm going to add the snapper, 1 skillet, check my heat, make sure it's on medium heat. Set this to the side. Wipe my hands. While that's over there doing its thing, we're going to get the sun-dried tomatoes. I don't know what it is about sun-dried tomatoes, but it's just so good to me. We're gonna jazz up this spinach. We're gonna have the spinach with some sun-dried tomatoes. We're gonna add some shallots to it. It's gonna be some good stuff. Now, one of the reasons why I'm wanting to do the same skillet type thing is we're all so busy. Our lives are busy, right? And it's nice to be able to find some meals that you can prepare real quick and easy in under 30 minutes. And these are things that you can do for the entire week. So, like, I've got the snapper, and even though my snapper is the same seasonings, I'm preparing them 2 different ways. So it'll be like as though I've got different snapper each evening. I've got my spinach that I'm going to add the sun-dried tomatoes and the shallots to. Then I've got my veggies. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And then I've got my quinoa. So each night I can have something nice and healthy, and it's being all prepared at the same time. And then when you come home, all you got to do is pop it in the microwave for about 3 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes, and you are good to go. For those of you who are in your vehicles all day, if you are Uber driver, Lyft driver, and you want to be able to take your meals, if you drive for, one of the carriers, get yourself one of those warmers and, take your meal with you. It takes about 20 minutes, I think, with the little warmers that you keep in your car. You're not spending money out while you're out working. You've still got something nice and healthy, especially if you have a job that requires you to be sitting all day. You don't feel like you're getting any exercise. You can combat that with eating something on the healthy side. Now y'all should see. It don't make no sense how pretty this snapper looks. It really is amazing. I've got to flip it. Woo. So good. So pretty. So look, I know I said like 8 to 10 minutes. Right now we're about at, not quite, I didn't flip it at halfway like I wanted to. But I gotta, like, look at this zucchini. It's still got some tenderness to it. Soft. Got the flavor in there. I want to taste it, but it's hot, so I'm just gonna wait a few seconds. Actually, while that's cooling, I'm gonna check. Yeah. Whew. Y'all should be here right now. I swear it smells so good in here. So I'm going to test this really, really quick. That's good. Real good. That was still really, really hot. I'm going to let that finish cooking. maybe another minute, because it's still got that crunch, but I want just a little bit more softness. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. But it's so good. Oh, I was like, I thought I took the skin off of there. I did. But it was a different piece. All right. I'm gonna dice the shallots and add that to my spinach. Little bitty dice. And I get to have as much of that as I want. I'm gonna flip this zucchini and the squash over so it can get nice and toasted on the other side. And while that's happening, I'm going to add some more ghee to that. And actually keep my and I want to get just a little bit more toasty. That nice little caramelized color to the snapper. Just gonna baste it. Really, really quick. And I want to show you what this looks like in the skillet. See how pretty that looks? You've got your veggies, you've got your snapper, and you can use any seafood that you like to do this. So that was how it looks in the Catering skillet. I'm going to remove it from the air fryer. And there you have it in your air fryer. The air fryer gives more of a blister. I think I just got a little heat of film over the camera. I was like, is that me? No, I think the heat from, did y'all see it? Did you get the film? Or was that just me? I don't know. Anyway, it's still got that nice, pretty golden color. There's more of a blister on the tomatoes from the air fryer. So let that hang out there. A little bit more base to the cast iron snapper. And while that's doing its thing, we are going to remove our yummy goodness from the air fryer basket. Somebody was trying to pick that up with their bare hand. I don't know why. Take it out of the basket. delicious is that? Set this over here. And I'm going to go ahead and remove it, the rest of it, from the cast iron skillet so that I can add the sun-dried tomatoes and the shallots and the mushrooms, and then we'll add the spinach in last. Okie dokie. Does that work for you? This is so good. So for those of you you think that you can't get that same flavor doing stuff in the air fryer, as you can see, for the most part, it looks just the same. Add the sun-dried tomatoes in there. Put it right here. Get my shallots. And some mushrooms. This one is king oyster and pearl mushrooms. I thought a trumpet was in there too. Nope, just a king oyster. So get me some ghee again. And you guys, I know I don't want you to think that I'm using a whole lot of butter. I'm really not. It's less than it might be quarter teaspoon maybe. Just enough to boost that flavor up just a little bit. Slice that one up. Let that get just a little bit more heat on there. And while that's getting its play on in the playground with the seasonings from the red snapper and the veggies, and as I mentioned, we're going with the bougie and the feisty. And actually, I forgot. I like this. I wanted to put this on the snapper and I forgot. I'm just going to add a little bit of this. This is a crunch blend. We're just going to use it as a garnish over here. And then I'm going to add some to, when I say crunch blend, it is Parmesan and herb. Put that in there. And we'll make some room for the rest of the plating. All right. That lid back on there. Move the cutting board out of the way. All right. Got some space. got the mushrooms and the shallots and the sun-dried tomatoes. Now we'll add in the spinach. And just a little bit more of the avocado oil. There wasn't a lot of oil in the skillet when I took the fish out. So we want the spinach to go ahead and wilt down. As I remember, I wanted to throw some of these maters in the mix as well. I could probably eat this spinach dish all by itself. I've gotta let you see it. Gotta let you see it. You can see it cooking. Got those golden pretty mushrooms in there. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna turn that heat off and let it finish cooking over that heat. Get ready to plate it. And I'm also going to grab the quinoa. This is going to be some good stuff. That quinoa came out perfect. Nice, fluffy. As I mentioned, I did the 2-to-1 ratio. 1 cup of the quinoa, 2 cups of water, put it in my rice cooker and let it go. I'm gonna go ahead and get the spinach. What did I do with my tongs? This is amazing. Get that last mushroom and the tomatoes. Oh my goodness. That is so good. I had to try it, y'all. I had to. And look, if you wanted to, I'm not saying you have to, I'm probably going to. You could take the spinach mixture, add some quinoa to it. Then you've got a whole nother meal. And that would be a nice, great meatless. So now you've created, 4 or 5 different variations, and you use the same ingredients with the exception. So you've got your red snapper, the squash and the zucchini and the tomatoes. Those kind of all went together. Then you took some spinach You added tomatoes to it, 2 different types, sun-dried tomatoes, regular tomatoes. Then we took a mixture, a blend of mushrooms, added that in there with those shallots. Yes, the shallots. Had a moment. And then we've got our quinoa. So you can take your quinoa and have it with your veggies and your snapper. You can take the quinoa with the spinach and the snapper. You can take the snapper with just the quinoa. You can take the snapper with just the spinach, because the spinach have got all those veggies up in there. You can take just the squash and the zucchini with the spinach and the quinoa and have you another meatless meal. So however you want to do these combinations, it's totally up to you, but everything was healthy. If you want to omit the ghee, that's fine. Your business, it's totally up to you. You will need to add the oil to your red snapper. Do it in your cast iron skillet. Do it in your air fryer. And you could have taken this, with the exception of the spinach, you could have taken this, gotten a sheet pan, seasoned everything up. Take the sheet pan, put a piece of foil or parchment paper, lay everything out, pop it in the oven for maybe like 10, 12 minutes. And here again, 1 pan meal, 1 pot meal, 1 skillet meal, whatever it is that you want to name it or call it. You do whatever is best for you from a time management aspect, but just make sure you do it and eat healthy, especially for those that are on the go. This is something that's quick and it's very, very tasteful, full of flavor. And that is it. That is me. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Wellness Winning Wednesday. I am going to, all right, since you twisted my arm, I'm going to taste this snapper. Now this was the one, yeah, this was the one that was cooked in the skillet. And I forgot, I added this Parmesan. That Parmesan that gave that little kick at the end. That's some good stuff. So I guess y'all don't want me to finish eating this in your face. I'm not sure. You want to taste it? Put some spinach on it? Is that what you said? Okay. And I gotta get the mushrooms too. Ooh, and it's got some sun-dried tomatoes on there. I don't know what y'all been told. My goodness. It's so good. And it's for me. Let me know. Just let me know if you want me to go ahead and make some for you. I might be able to do a little something. We'll see. But on that note, I must bid you adieu. If you haven't heard it from anyone else today, know that me, the one and only Chef Couture, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I thank you for all of your love and support. I am going to get my containers, my lunch containers, and go ahead and portion these up, and then I'll let them come to room temperature before I'll place the lids on them, and then we'll put them in the refrigerator. And because I've got such a busy remainder of the week, I will have my lunch ready. And actually, before I go to bed, I am going to, you got it, throw my oatmeal in some milk. Well, what do I have? Some soy milk. No, I have almond milk. So I'm going to get my oats, let them soak overnight in my almond milk, and I'll have my breakfast ready for the remainder of the week along with my lunch, so I can stay on my routine of a healthier me. So I must bid you adieu. Peace out. One love.